Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Now, you could replace life for wind at Barla, to be honest with you. Oh, we've got a little gust of 1-2 miles an hour there. Now, you'll also see we've got the red boat out there. I don't know what that is. We've got a wayfarer out there. Now, there is a lugger. Oh, there. See where the little bridge is there? There's a lugger right over there. Green lugger like Lulu. So I don't know who that is. We might have to go over and say hello. Got to get this boat moving in light airs. And there's a reason for that. There's two reasons. One, the people that I go sailing with on the sea have got faster boats, and I need to sort of do something about that without dipping the engine in. And number two, I just want her, I would rather sail on the sea in lighter air where we know the sea state's going to be a lot better. So that means using, different sail plans, new sails to get her moving. I respect sailors that go out in rough seas. I'm not experienced enough to do that on my own, I don't think. I'm certainly not confident enough. They say the sailor will fail before the boat. I think I would fail way before this boat. So, I'm not ready for that. But what I don't also want is to be sailing going like a knot and a half everywhere, because you just don't go anywhere. And more to the point, I don't think that's safe, because you need to get to places at the right time. Now, where I'm sailing at the moment around Anglesey, the waters can be quite treacherous. Most of you probably know the phrase Admiral Nelson said, if you can sail around Anglesey, you can sail anywhere in the world. And I see what he means now, having had a few tastes of those waters. The overfalls at Roastniger, Abermenai Channel, the Menai Strait. It's all been a huge experience for me. Now, what I would rather do is sail in lighter airs and get the boat moving, so I know that there's a lot less likelihood of problems at these choke points, So that's the plan. And the plan today is to see and give these sails a test. Right, anchor's up. Line is in. We're actually floating, I think. There's so little wind, we're just stuck here. I've noticed a couple of the boats have gone back to the quay over there, and the lugger is over there as well. So I think it's quite early in the morning still. I think it's only 9 o'clock. Let me double check that. And quarter to 10. The day is young. And the wind has just completely died. I forgot to bring some milk, so we're going to go over to the Adventure Centre and the little cafe over there. Going to get ourselves a nice flat white, maybe go and have a chat with those other guys out there about the weather, and then we'll be off. What's good about this boat is if you dip her stern, normally, and it's very, very shallow here, then it drops off a cliff. But normally, she'll be deep enough at her stern just to motor out from the shore, just like that. It's so Lake Placid today that with 200 watts on the motor, she's going anyway pretty well. I've had her going slower than this with the motor on full power. Don't think the water's noticeably shallow at the moment. We've had a lot of rain, we've had a lot of sun, and I've not been here for 4 weeks. Not much rain in the boat, so I've taken the mizzen mast out and I've taken the rudder out. And I'm just on there going to use the outboard to get us in, because I've got a little less draft that way. Right, we're moored up. In fact, it was a very gentle mooring, and we've got the other lugger here, Rhea. Look at this. The Wayfarer we saw early was a Wayfarer. And then this boat as well. I've got to ask what it is, but this was the boat that was sailing pretty quickly, actually. This is beautiful, isn't it? 2 mirrors. I've literally been for breakfast with 3 people. Been chatting away to people up there. I've had 2 people actually recognise me and come talk to me about the channel. And I think it was like 10 o'clock. It's now 10 to 1. So there we go. There's been no wind, but look at the boats that are out there. Oh, let's just keep steering. There's a ton of boats, mirrors, all kinds of boats. There's a lugger. Is the lugger out? Oh no, the lugger's still there. And the Wayfarer went out and came back in again. And we're just motoring out, give ourselves a bit of sea room, get out of the way of all these swimmers and canoers. And we're going to have a play with these sails, hopefully. These are a new jet we haven't seen, F-18 Hornets. Look at those go. Wow. I've never seen an F-18 Hornet in real life, so a little bit of a treat, I guess. We're going to go for the jib out, and we're then going to get this flying jib going as well. So the first thing we need to do is work out where this flying jib is coming from. And the other thing I'm just saying, I was about to say I'm going to try and move this boom, but it's tied up there for now. So we're just going to try and find some wind. That's the first job. But there isn't any. And someone just told me what wind there may be is likely to be thermal wind, which I think it is, because it's so warm. I've got a horrible feeling we're actually going backwards at the moment. So we've got a Bay Raider over there. Now we know they're kind of quick. They've got a keen in here, and they've got their mainsail quite well out. So I think the wind currently is coming from the north. But it's hard to tell without maybe trying. So let's have a little go. Yeah, I think we've got a northerly. You can see as we're turning now this way, it seems to be a bit of a northerly. So I'm going to get the jib up now, see if we can get this working. Maybe just try and tie it off on this cleat here, just to sort of, hopefully that'll give it, it'll be far enough back. Yeah, so you can't have two jib sheets, I reckon, because otherwise you've got to feed the jib sheets under somehow. But anyway, we got 4 sails flying. Let's see what happens. But as you can see, look, the main can't even fill at the moment. But there will be a gust. There'll be a gust soon. One way we could improve this is to put the boom up, of course, but I just wanted to test this extra jib really first. There's the Swallow. She's moving, and now everyone is kind of copying her. But she is a bit of a mover, that boat. We can't really compete with that boat. It's much better in the water. Bit longer, I think. Doesn't look longer, does it? She's running, I would say, and we're kind of broad reaching. So that's one reason why she's, if we just come off there, let's just see what happens. And there's everyone else, look, kind of getting into line. And there's that guy's boat. Don't know what that is. Is that the one that we saw earlier? Yes, it is. Still motoring along. Look at him go. He's definitely got something going on with that boat. It flies around. It's hard to see the jib at the best of times on this boat, to be honest with you. But I've just tried to adjust the sail, so we've definitely got a little bit of a slot there. It'd be better if this was allowed to fly a little. So we've got a matching shape there. Whoop, got to just watch these other boats. We're cutting quite across these. That boat looks like it's running, doesn't it? I don't know if we're going any quicker than these or not, but these are dinky little boats. Mirrors there. Slowly but surely, I guess. I'm not bothered about going down the bottom. I just want to catch some air, and she reaches better than she runs, this boat. But we are going nowhere fast, as you can see by this sail collapsing on top of me. So if we're not careful, we're going to be crossing these guys and going through. So what we're going to do, we're going to tack, and we're going to try and beat a little bit up, because I don't want to go too far down the lake, and I don't want to crash into these either. So we're going to do that now. I don't know if that's them going fast downwind or us moving upwind. It's hard to tell. It, needless to say, is super duper calm sail. We are moving, so we keep our eye on marker C there. We're heading back to the mooring at the moment, and there is a little breeze on there. I don't know if you can make it out. It's a leisurely one. Look at her. Is it? I don't know who that is, but crouched down in the mirror. I remember that. We're about 20 metres away from what I can see is it's definitely rippling. I'm pretty sure that's a little breeze. I can feel a tickle of a breeze now. Oh, there we go. There's a little breeze there. You can see the sails filling there. Look, let's have a quick look. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. But there's definitely some wind there. And look, we are definitely moving now. Oh. So a little bit, what's going on there? Let's have a little look. Okay. So let's see if we can remedy that. Can't pull that any tighter. Oh, so I think we're definitely, you can see now we've got a little bit of breeze. It's maybe coming from over there. So that's just raised the sail up. You can see the white line got caught. And as I've done that, look at that. The flapping has stopped. Look at there. See. We're going to have to get boat speed out. And we're flapping a little bit there. Not as much as before. Certainly not the sail. Right, boat speed out. Let's have a go. Right, we've got boat speed up. And in this wind, doing 2.5 miles an hour. That's crazy. And we're beating, by the way. So let's try and find the wind a little bit. Because I think, look, we'll go a little bit. The flying jib goes first, look. And then I think we're really starting to, there we go. So I think the winds are, Telltale's telling us correctly, we're coming from there. Let's see what happens if we pull it out tighter like that. Like that, look, we're starting to get a bit close to the sail, aren't we? So if we have it more, you can see why the shape of the sail is the way it is. Yeah, if we have it here, it's a bit better than there. Oh, just got to watch the sail. But if we, let's try it on this cleat quickly. See what happens if we do that. Oh, that gives you a little bit of shape, doesn't it? What do you think to that? Oh, that seems to work. Whoop. Let's see what happens when they're in there. Because that's pulled the sail down. It's given it some shape. I like that. I think. Sails are nice and taut. The wind's veered because the wind was coming from over here and almost looks like it is now. But if you see, that telltale's trying to be pushed that way. So the wind's veered, I think, a little bit over there. One thing's for sure, this little mirrored flying jib kind of works. There's only one way we'll find out, isn't there, is to kind of bring it down. A little gust now. I mean, look at that Wayfarer though, jeez. Even the mirror. I mean, the Wayfarer's more impressive though, because of the size of it. You know, 160 kilo, it's arguably a little less than half the weight of the lugger. Mirror's tiny, I mean, it's like 50 kilo, the mirror. Bit more when I'm on board, but I'm finding the flying jib kind of okay to tack with. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I can see you just need one line, because as you tack, the sail has to kind of come all the way round the inner jib, and then you have to bring that line around here. The only way round that would be if you've got a super long line, which we don't have, so you could always have a line here, very, very saggy up to there. But in this weather, you don't really want the jib. You don't really want any more weight on the jib, really. We are in a situation here, we've got no wind, and I'm impressed we're doing 1 mile an hour, so maybe this sail does work. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the flying jib down, just bring it down any which way I can, and just see if we can get any indication that the boat depowers a little bit. As if by magic, a little gust there. The boat feels a little bit depowered, if I'm being honest. It feels like it does feel like the drive has gone a bit from the front. It feels like it's moved up, and it definitely feels like on average we're losing speed. I can't remember actually what points of sail you can use a flying jib on. I know you can beat with it to a point. So it's very hard to tell, because we're going from 0.1 to 0.8 to 0.2 to 0.6. So I think the GPS in my phone is just struggling to basically register any speed at all. So what we'll do now, we'll put it back up, see if that makes any difference again. Oh! Get that up. Oh, we're backing the sail again here, look. So I think the wind's just back to tickle, just as we put that up. Yeah, we're back. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to leave the boat a minute, and we're going to get the Spinnaker up and see if we can go downwind with that a bit better. that's where we want her, like this. See if she can catch some wind now. I've instantly found that these shrouds, these cleats that are 4 of the shrouds, like they're supposed to be, are nowhere near where they need to be. They need to be further back, for sure. But there we go. Wind's just died, but we seem to be maintaining 0.9 knots, beg your pardon. So there she is. Let's have a quick look at that. She's right up to the top there, isn't she? So she is taut. Let me feel that. Yeah, kind of taut, but maybe not in the right way taut. So let's release that tickle, just to let the luff. I think the luff's too tight and it curls. Oh, we're going to hit a marker. We'll go this way because this is where the wind is, but you can probably see, I don't even know where the marker is, imminent. Sound the collision warning. Oh well, there we go. If we steer this way now, we should just kiss that, but oh, a little kiss. Mwah. Just a little one. And look at this. The wind's just backing now. Look, it's just actually pushed us back. It's actually pushed us back. Look. So, one thing I was learning, I was just chatting to a guy that had the other lugger down there. And interestingly, he was telling me that there's probably no wind today, and the wind we are experiencing is probably thermal wind, which I've just mentioned. And thermal wind is where the hot air literally heats up the ground, and then, you know, meets the colder air here, and it comes whooshing off the mountains or the hills, and it kind of whooshes off that hill, then it might whoosh off this hill, then it might whoosh off both hills. I don't need to tell you, you know, what effect that will have on the boat and the wind that we're experiencing, i.e. it's going to come from anywhere. It's never usually strong, certainly not here it won't be, and it's frustrating like this. So yeah, so we've got the Spinnaker filling a tickle there. It's come out of here, keeps popping out of this one, don't know why. But when we were on the sea before, it really, I think because it was filling, it liked to be pulled down a little. But for lighter winds, maybe we've got to let it fill more. So bring it back, see what happens if we just do that and let it fill a little more. Seems to be working a little bit. We've actually got some speed being registered on boat speed now. Oh my word, we've got 1 knot, 1 mile an hour there. And we do have drive because we've got steering back. But even the mirror is stuck. Oh, we've had a little breeze. I heard some rustling. Not enough to even move the mainsail, but the Spinnaker, look, has filled a little bit. Let's now see what happens when we do this, because it really gives it shape. Yes, you can feel the power there, but these are way too far forward, so these need to be here, I think. But let's pop it there, and then look at that, we have got a little bit of speed. Whoop. Well, 2 knots, 2 miles an hour, sorry. just hear that little trickling noise, which is the water sort of brushing under the hull. And look, we have pulled away from this boat here now. Look at this, look at us move. That is flying, that's good. And we're actually building speed now. So again, we've got 3 sails up. We've got the Spinnaker, the main, and we've got the mizzen as well. It's not doing an awful lot, the mizzen. If we just give it a little tighten. Oh gosh. Oh, it's been a day of getting things caught around these blooming thingy clips. Oh, and I can't reach it. Come here, that's it. Let's get a little bit of shape in that sail. Man, I was literally I was putting the mainsail away and I was going to motor home, but we turned and we seem to have found a little bit of wind, which has taken us back to the mooring. So again, the wind seems to have veered slightly again. Let's get that tight down. Just use the Spinnaker on the 180 tack, literally, of that. I've shoved the bowsprit out a little bit further there, and look, she's filled lovely nice now, and look how low she is there. But let's just tighten her up a little bit. I think I had her a little bit tight. I think the idea of the Spinnaker is you let the wind fill it, and if you tighten everything up too much, you get this sort of curling effect. So we were going on at 2 knots there. There's so little wind, I'm sweating hugely. Look at the state of me. Look at the state of my cap. Yeah, lovely. We better keep that off camera. But yeah. So what you need is when the wind fills that sail, which we're now coming a bit off the wind too much. There you go. When it fills that sail, it balloons it up. And then when you're running or you're broad reaching, I think if you can kind of tighten it down at the front, it kind of really gives it that shape, that balloon shape. But you've got to have some wind going into it. Yes, it is pushing us along. So let's now bring the Spinnaker down. There we go. So we just brought the Spinnaker down. We're now sailing weirdly under main and mizzen, which we've got to get rid of the mizzen. Let's have a look at the speed. Has it altered the speed at all? It has. So I think, yeah, we have dropped speed. Look at that. So I'm going to drop the mizzen now. I think we're going to sail home because this is frustrating and it's time to go, to be honest with you. Should have sailed a bit earlier, shouldn't we? But there we go. Right, I'm going to moor up. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to say thanks for watching. At least we're back on the water and having some fun. Look, we did learn a bit today, so that's another thing. And did I have fun? Oh, I always have fun on a boat. It doesn't matter if it's motor, pedal, power, whatever. I love it. I just love it, and it's brilliant being here. So yeah, we're going to call it a day though, quit while we're ahead, get home in time for tea, and yeah, and go. So thank you for watching. Catch me in the next one. Loads to do in the boat projects arena, so I'm going to hopefully be quite active on that next week. We'll get that battery box needs to be done, and I've also got a few little things I do want to do, so catch me in the next one and we'll find that. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like, because that helps me and the channel, and yeah, goodbye, see you in the next one.